Hello and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where what better way to celebrate Pride Month than with a puzzle based on the rainbow flag. This is called Pride Sums. It's by Toir, I hope I'm saying that correctly, and Toir has constructed something that we have been inundated with recommendations to try this puzzle, and it's got a very, very straightforward rule set. I'll read the rules. I'll read the rules in one go at the end. But they're very simple, and apparently this is a brilliant puzzle, just 6 by 6, and the colours of the rainbow flag going down the grid. So I think this is going to be a very special one. And before I read you the rules, what else do I need to mention today? There wasn't much. Obviously, the Lord of the Rings Sudoku hunt, the competition has closed, but do have a go at Blobz' amazing hunt if you haven't had a look at it yet. We have something very nice and very approachable coming up for you at the start of July. So on July the 1st, we have a puzzle hunt, or a Sudoku hunt, I should say, really, by Paws. And Paws has created a hunt based on 6 by 6 Sudokus. And we think that even if you are new to variant Sudoku, you will have a good chance of finishing the hunt. So this one is intended to be for newcomers, well, and old hands alike, but the old hands might get through it fairly quickly. But all of the puzzles are lovely. So that's coming on the 1st of July, so look out for that. And I've got a birthday to do. Birthday for Tom. Tom, you've turned the big 3-0 today. Congratulations, my friend. I know it's your birthday because your girlfriend Vicky wrote and said you'd appreciate a shout out and that you like the channel and you love cryptic crosswords, which I'm always delighted to hear. So Tom, many happy returns. And that's all the news. So why don't we get on with celebrating the LGBTQ+ community and the puzzle Pride Sums by Toir, which the rules are as follows. Normal 6 by 6 Sudoku rules apply. Which means we've got to put the digits 1 to 6 once each in every row, in every column, and in every one of these 2 by 3 rectangles. So that's how that works. The digit in the grey circle is odd, so that is an odd digit. And then in each row, there is a group of 3 or 4 cells marked with a colour. The sum of the digits inside the marked cells in each row may not be the same number as nor a number consecutive with any of the other sums. So we are celebrating diversity amongst the colours in the puzzle by, so if this added up to 13, so it's a bit like a Nabna, actually. Now I think of it, it's a bit like Nabna lines. If these 4 cells added up to 13, then not only could none of the other colours sum to 13, they couldn't sum to 12 or 14 either. I'm just going to check that is what that means, isn't it? The sum of the digits. I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. That's how I'm interpreting the rules. If this doesn't work, we will go back to the drawing board and try again. Anyway, do have a go. I don't actually know how difficult this is. I just know loads of you have managed to get through it because we've had so many recommendations. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So we're presumably going to have to use the secret today, are we? We've got 6 different colours. And the minimum sum here is going to be these 3 squares, which could add up to as little as 6. If this was 1, 2, and 3, then the green colour would be 6. But the maximum is going to be a 4-cell colour that can contain, yeah, see that row, yellow, that could contain 6, 5, 4, 3, which is 18. So 18 is the maximum, 6 is the minimum, and we've got 6 colours. So if we went 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, we have got degrees of freedom here, so we've got to be a bit careful. Right, although... Oh, hang on. 18, 16, 14... okay. But we have also got 5 4-cell colours, and that actually is helpful. So let's ignore green for a moment, because the minimum sum of any 4-cell sequence, which has to contain different digits, is going to be 10, the triangular number for 4, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Now, we've got 5 such colours that have to at least add to 10. So let's say one of them does add to 10, then we couldn't have an 11, could we? So we'd have to have at least a 12, and then we couldn't have a 13, so we'd have at least a 14, then we couldn't have a 15, that means we need at least a 16, we couldn't have a 17, but we could have an 18, and that is 5 different colours. I'm just going to check that again. 10, 12, 14. Yeah, that's right. So what we've got... Well, so this one... Well, there's many things. Actually, there's many things we've learned. So we've known that the colours that are not green do sum up. Each colour individually sums up to either 10, 12, 14, 16 or 18. All even numbers. So I'm going to... Right, okay, the first thing I'm going to do then, my mind is skipping around all over the place here. The first thing I'm going to do is to use the secret. Now, the secret is something I share with only my very favourite people, and it's different today than usual, but if you're watching this video, you're definitely one of my favourite people. And the secret is that the sum of every digit in this puzzle, every one of the numbers 1 to 6, my phone's buzzing at me, is 21. So 21 is the secret. Normally it's 45, but today it's 21. Now, if we know that a 4-cell streak in this colour sums to an even number, 21 is an odd number. So in order for the parity to work in this row, that square has to be even. Because once we add the 5 into an even number, we're going to get an odd number, and then this digit's job is to preserve the parity. Now we can do exactly the same here. That's also got to be even, because this is odd. We can't do the same here. We can do the same here. This has got to be odd now. We can't do the same here. So yellow and blue we don't know anything about. Okay, I'm going to move off that idea and come back to green, because we know more about green than we used to. Because previously green could have been as much as 14, couldn't it? If it was 6, 5 and 3. But now we know that green is not capable of adding up to any number that's even as large as 9, because there is a 10 somewhere in the colours. One of the colours is a 10 colour, and therefore 9 is not a valid total, and nothing higher than 9 is a valid total, because we've ruled out 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and anything consecutive with those totals. So the maximum sum of this is 8, and that means it's a 3-cell streak. So it has to have a 1 in it, because it's either adding up to 6, 7 or 8. And it's not... Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's adding up to 6 or 8, because it doesn't contain 4, so it can't be 1, 2, 4. So it's either 1, 2, 3, or it adds up to 8, and it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. So it's definitely got 2 in it. That's another thing we've learned. Right. So now I can ask where 6 goes in row 4, and that is a question I can do by Sudoku. Outrageous, Toir, making me do a Sudoku so early in your puzzle. This square is now odd, 3 or 5, because it's whatever is not left in green. That is not a 6 anymore. Oh, nearly. We nearly got 6 in box 5, or box 6 I should say. 6 is definitely in yellow. So this one, yellow is not the very small 4-cell sequence, because one of these 4-cell sequences adds up to 10, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence, which is not this one. I think that's all I know at the moment. No, no, that's not a good thought. Sorry, I'm stuck now. I don't know what to do. What do I do now? Is it going to be, well, one of the streaks is an 18 streak, so that's 6543, and that's not that one or this one. So if it was this one, this would be a 5. If it was this one, this would be a 6 and a 4. This would be a 5 and a 3. If it was this one, that would be a 6. No, sorry, I'm not. No, this is not sensible. I'm not doing this. I'm not thinking about this clearly, actually. I've got stuck, haven't I? Hang on, so what? I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. What am I missing here? Is this obvious? The sum of red is either, well, it's 21 minus 7 or minus 9, so it's 14 or 12. 14 or 12. No, I was about to say, I do know it's got to have a 6 in it just because of Sudoku in row 1. But so if it was 12, it would be 6, 1, 2, 3, and this would be a 4. That's not 5 by Sudoku. Is it this? Is it something to do with, no, 6 in this column? I was noting it's only got 2 possible positions. This is odd, 1, 3 or 5. I am so sorry. I'm not seeing this clearly at all. This purple stripe is either, well, right, I've got something. That's weird. Right, so red and purple, they can't have the same total. Right, so one, yeah, okay, I can now see it a bit more clearly because 6 and 5 differ by 1. And you can see these differ by 1. The red and purple are a 12-14 pair of sums, because if this is 9, then this can't also be 9, so this would be 7. And if this is 7, this can't be 7, so it would have to be 9. Well, 6 and 3 would have to go. So either purple or red is 12, and either purple or red is 14. So the other 4-cell stripes are 10, 16 and 18. So one of the... Right, this one is not 10 because this is 1, 2 or 3. So 10 is either orange or blue. Now, how do we do that then? So, oh no, it would work. So if that's... No, that's okay. I thought this couldn't be 10 because I was thinking, where do I put 5 or 6 in the row? But I can do it. That would be 6, that would be 5. And if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be 5 and that would be 6. So I'm sorry, hang on. So, okay, so where... Yes, all right, where does 6 go in column 6 is a good question. because I was thinking about this earlier, but it is valid now. Because, yeah, okay, if orange is the low total, 1, 2, 3 and 4, then 6 in this column goes here. But if blue is the low total, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the 6 still goes here by Sudoku because it can't go there. So that's always 6, which means this square is 1, 2 or 3, which means, no, I thought I was going to be able to do better then. So there is no 6 in this one now. I'm just not sure whether I'm meant to focus on... I'm not sure whether I'm meant to focus on big digits, small digits, totals. Oh, I'm really making... It's blue. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 5. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 6, and this is 5, and that would be 3, and this would be 8. Oh, I'm so sorry. This must be very frustrating to watch. I'm just not quite spotting how to do this. 12, 14. Right, so let's go back to it. Blue, orange, and yellow are 10, 16, and 18. Right, but this one, this one hasn't got a 6 in it. So it can't, 16 in 4 different digits. 5, 4, 3 and 2 is 14. Right, that's it. So blue is 10. Blue is 10 because it doesn't have a 6 in it. So if we've populated this with 5, 4, 3, 2, 14 is the maximum, but 14 isn't a valid total for blue because red and purple have to be 12 and 14. So this is 10, and that's going to do it, is it? So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 here. This is 5. 5 is down there. Nah, 5 is in one of those two. Okay, that's great, but... So, maybe what we have to do now is to go back to thinking about... So we know what this one is, we know what this one is. So we know both orange and yellow now are massive. They are the 18... and the 16 total. Now that's got to be interesting, doesn't it? So they both, one of them is 6, 5, 4, 3. And the other one is 16. Does that need to have 5 in it? 6, 4, no, it doesn't, I don't think. 16... Oh, no, it does actually. 6, 4, 3, 2 is 15. Right, so they both have 6 and 5 in them. But if... Okay, well that's good. I don't quite know what it means. But because yellow has 6 and 5 in it, and orange has 6 and 5 in it, these definitely don't have a 6 and 5 in them. Is that going to be good enough? I know there's a 6 in one of these. I know. Okay, well, orange has to have 5 in it, so it has to go there. Sorry, that's very straightforward. So, and orange has to have 6 in it, and it can only have a 6 here. Right, so now we're off and running again. I'm sort of stumbling my way through this. This is 11 now. So 6, 5, 4, 3 is still possible. This could orange could still be the maximum. 5. What about one of these is 5? This is definitely not 5 anymore. And yellow is either 16 or 18. So if yellow was 18, this would be a 1-2 pair. If yellow was 16, then these would sum to 5. So this would be 2, 3, or 4. Still don't know. I still don't know how to do it. What's going on? We could argue about this one. Oh, this might not be able to be a 1. No, it can be. 6, 5, 4, 1 would be 16. So that's total nonsense. This can be a 1. Ah, that digit. Where does that digit go in this box? And the answer is there. So now 4 in this box is in one of these 2 squares, which means 4 is in one of those 2 squares. That digit's in one of these 3 squares. That's probably not important. 6 in box in red is in one of these 2 cells by Sudoku. 5 is in one of these. I wish I knew what was going on. What could we do now? I haven't got a clue. This is very odd. We know that this has 6 and 5 in it, but I don't think we know, unless I'm 5. Okay, where's 5 in this box? There is the answer. So that's not 5 anymore. Okay, here's something. I know that yellow has a 5 in it. So that 5 is now here. Which, that's good. All right, now we're off again. We're off to the races again. Because I now know that this is it doesn't really help very much, but I know that green is a 6 total now. And I think I've got all the 5s in the grid. I've got all the 5s, 4 of the 6s. But I still don't know which of orange and yellow sums to the big total, sums to 18. See, if I knew there was a 4 in here, that would be... But there definitely doesn't have to be. These 2 digits are the same. It might be colouring now. It might be colouring. Yeah, those 2 digits are the same. Let's just make those A for a moment. These 2 digits are the same. Make those B. That's just Sudoku. So, and I know one of these is A now, because this can't be A. So A is in one of these 2 squares as well. And B is 2 or 4. Oh no, it's no good. It doesn't do anything. What do we know? We know that's even, don't we? So we know these 2 add up to an odd number. Well, that's all very well, but I don't really know what to do with that. I know had a horrible thought here. I've had a horrible thought that I've missed something for the last 25 minutes. Because I know what the whole of the pride flag, the rainbow flag adds up to, don't I? Oh, no, okay. Yeah, okay. So what is going to happen here is there's going to be some restriction on these digits. If we look at all of those squares, let's just make those grey for a moment. I can deduce the value of those squares because the value of the whole grid is 21 for the row, the secret, times by 6, isn't it? Which is 126. But the value of the pride flag within the rows is, how can we do this easily? We've got the 6 as an outlier. We've got 18, 12, 16, 14, 66. 66 is the value of the flag, I think. No, that can't be right because I've not added up enough numbers. Oh, because I've missed out the 10. I missed out the 10. I was trying to do it with by pairing up things to add up to the same thing. In doing so, missed off the 10. So 76 is now. But that's 76. And what did I say we were going for? 126. So 50 is the difference, right? So 50 is 15 there. So the grey cells add up to 50. I've got 15, 20, 31, 37. So the rest of the grey cells add up to 13. Right, let me just get rid of those. 13 for the grey cells. Well, that is actually useful because B can't be 4. If B was 4, these would add up to 8. And these squares, you couldn't keep them down to only add up to 5 because there must be at least a 1-2 pair in each case. So B is 2. I don't know if that's going to help, but I'm definitely having it as a little. Yeah, that's good. Now that's given me a 4 here by Sudoku of all things. So therefore. Well, therefore what? What does that mean? This is a 1 or a 3. This is there's a 1-3 pair in the bottom row. So this is a 2-4 pair. That might do it. Not quite. No, maybe not, and maybe not at all, actually. Bobbins. Okay. I now know the total of it doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, hang on, no, it should matter because I know what red and purple I knew what they were, didn't I? So this is 14 now. So this one needs to be was it 12? And if this is 12 and 18, this is. That's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion because we need the whole row to add up to the right number. So this is 3, 1. This is 1 now. This is going to be so helpful because now I can actually work out what's going on. That's a 3 by Sudoku. And this total, the total of orange in the end is 16, which means this total needs to be 18, which means it definitely doesn't contain a 1. It contains all of the big digits. So this is a 6-4 pair. This square here is a 1. This is not. This is a 4 in the corner. That's a 2. We can do some Sudoku of all things. These squares are a 1-6 pair. Okay. So let's tidy up some pencil marks. I think we can get rid of A's now. And hopefully it'll all be plain sailing, he says. Looking at it thinking, why is it plain sailing? I haven't got a clue. This is not a 1. So where is 1 in this column? In fact, look, that 3 is very helpful as well. 4, 2, 1. 4 here. I hope this works. Yeah, this 4 is doing mighty work. 4, 6, 6, 1, 1, 3, 3, 2. Gosh, that is a very, very clever puzzle. Wow, it's taken me half an hour. And yeah, really just fascinating, actually. Let me just mull that over, because it's really clever. Toir, that is very, very clever. For a 6x6 to have that much depth with such a simple rule set. Because, I mean, actually, I looked into the basic idea very quickly, or not perhaps very quickly, but I could see that the 4-cell sequences had to be 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 fairly quickly. But actually disambiguating them was beautiful. You know, there was sort of some parity logic, wasn't there, that we had to do. There was definitely Sudoku logic. There was mathematical logic. This is quality. That is a quality puzzle. What a lovely, lovely way to celebrate Pride Month. So Toir, take a bow. Let me know in the comments how you got on with this one. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.